Very good day, very good day. Welcome to another video. I am your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko and I will be your captain for today's flight. And today we will be flying real world time and real world weather. And as you can see, the weather right here where we are is not all that great. We'll be flying the Black Square Turbine Duke, turboprop to engine, and it is available for purchase on the Just Flight website. They are like this little thing, and we will be flying from Frankfurt in Germany to Eindhoven in the Netherlands. It will be about 1 hour or so, not too long a flight. We'll be using real world time and real world weather, as I said before, and you can see it is not all that great here in Germany. But you know, once we get up in the air, we'll see what things will be looking like. I did not fly this airplane very often, so you know, see if we don't crash. You know what I mean. Thank you for joining in. So let's just hop on in to the cockpit here. Let's get rid of the sun visors. I believe I sort of killed that there. Something like that should do. Alright. Now I believe this thing does have a checklist. Not really sure. Yeah, there you go, there's a tablet. Sure, does this have a checklist? Let me just check here. Does not look like it. So no worries. How do we get rid of this? Click there again, I believe. There you go. Okay. So let's have a look. We got the checklist probably up here then. There we go. Pre-flight cockpit. So pre-flight inspection complete. Sure, control locks we got them removed as well. Wait, so Arkady, what are we doing? Okay. Seat belts, they're secure, sure. Cabin door has been latched, nose baggage door has been latched as well. Parking brake, let's see where the parking brake is. No clue, where's the parking brake? This should be it. Pull on and operate brakes. Looks like it's on. Let's consider it on. Okay, parking brake has been set as well. Oh, no, not that. Just need to take it. Landing gear, let's see if it's showing in the down position. That's always good. Electrical switches, they are all supposed to be off. Where the hell are the electrical switches they're talking about? I would assume that bit right there to the left, so let's just go ahead. Engine and avionics switches, they're off as well. Oxygen pressure 150 to 1850 psi. I believe it's here on the left. So that looks nominal. The circuit breakers should be all in. I believe this aircraft, it has circuit breakers, but I do lose track sometimes. Oh, these can actually, look at it. These actually do work. So let's then actually make an effort and check them. Let's get this out of the way for a bit. I would think they are all in. Do we have circuit breakers on the left? I don't believe we do. No. Alright, so let's carry on. Then, next, so we're going to take this supplemental bleed air off push. What is the... Let's have a look. Where is this? Hiding. These are in the off position. Very good. Cabin pressure shut off. Open. Yes, those two things are on open as well. Alternate static air. Let's look this up too. Oh, it's this little sucker hidden right here. Yeah. Let's get rid of the blue thing. CO detector test. That is up here. No CO guard. Looks like it's working. Very good. Flap should be in the opposition. Where do we find the flaps? The flaps, right here near the opposition, very good. Alright. Environmental mode, we forgot the environmental mode. That is, I believe it's, let me have a look here. This is the environmental mode, that is in the opposition. So, keep ticking the next item. Power levers to flight idle, which they appear to be. Propellers, high RPM. They cannot go any higher. Check. Condition levers to cut off. Check. Trim centered. Check. Fuel selectors on. The fuel selectors are always on, I believe, in this one. So next, before starting the engine. So beacon light. Beacon light can be turned on. So let's not tick the wrong one there. Battery master can go to on, and I believe the battery master you will find right here. Battery master. The aircraft coming to life. Oh, that's the wrong button again. So fuel quantities we should check, and that is actually not a bad idea because I do not know how much fuel we have. So let's have a look. We require, I'm just checking the OFP for 1 second here. The required fuel for this flight will be 529 kilograms. Block fuel. And the fuel, where was the fuel quantity? This does not look like a whole lot. So let's see, is that something we can do with the EFB? That would be nice. Payload. Kilograms. And is there a way for the fuel? Let's see, nose baggage. Fuel. Okay. So I set 529, so let's go for 550. I know, let's say 275 on both sides. Let's see how this works. 284, I'll take it. What was the other option? 265 and 265. That should be okay. Oh, wait a minute. 400. No, that's not okay at all. That should be enough. Let me just double check. 529. So that would be, I'm so bad at quickly head calculating. So 400 plus 100 is 520, so that should be a little bit less. So we're going for 276, there you go. So we do have the fuel on the board now. Let's get rid of the tablet there. Double check, we got 90 and 90, so it is giving us a readout in gallons. Alright, I can leave with that. I don't believe I have a choice in the matter. Fuel quantities checked. Annunciators, test and consider. I believe, where was the check? Check light. At least all the bulbs behind those little screens are working, so they are operating. That's good. Battery selector, so we select battery number 1. The other one. Plus volts should read 23 volts minimum. I'm not really sure what am I doing here. As far as I know, let's get rid of this screen here. As far as I know, or remember, actually, rather I should say, we will read out system amps, DDC and prop amps. Was there any other readouts? Engine oil, left and right. Get the fuel quantities. prop RPM, fuel flow in gallons per hour, and the fuel pressure. Well, I'm not convinced. 24.9 VDC, that's probably it. Not sure what VDC stands for, but I'm going to accept it. Maybe just for voltage, direct current. Okay, battery selector number 2. What we can do actually, we switch it off, and then it shows you 25.0. And select battery number 2, and it's showing us 25.0. And let's do battery number 1, which we have been running for a little bit. And there is a ever so slightly drop there, so that seems to sort of make sense, I guess. So we can check these. A battery selector can now go to both. Let's just make sure it goes to both. Left ignition check auto. I never understand the check auto then on. Left ignition. I don't know what to mean with check auto. Did it show you anything? I don't know. Let's see. No. So we're just going to turn it on. Right ignition check auto and on as well. So just go to on. Left wing pump check, then off. At least we do hear something, so let's have a look. You see it down there, fuel pressure. It appears to be working. We check the right wing pump. You will see the fuel pressure rising here as well. You can turn that off too. Check them both. Left auxiliary pump. It goes actually in the same gauge. Check that. I do love these sounds, man. It's working as well. So we can turn it off too. Right, anything else? That's it, so engine start. Right starter can go to the on. Bus volts, 15 volts minimum. We got 15 volts minimum. Gas generator, 15% minimum. That is this one right here. And let's see, and then we are on the condition lever. This one. We just go on. Less than 1090 ITT. Off at 52 ng, so right starter can be turned off now. Right ignition can be turned off. Right generator load below 60 in 2 minutes.
You need to stop the engines to request ground services.
Okay, let's exit, what's it called, GSX. And then we turn on the right ignition off, engine instruments check. I don't think I'm happy. So we turn off, where are we? Right generator can go on. And then basically we'll do the same for the left engine. Let's have a look. Bus volts, 28 volts. That looks fine. Battery temperature below 120 Fahrenheit. I believe this is the battery temperature. Let's get rid of the yoke here. Oh no, that's not it. Where was the battery temperature again, man? I got the feeling it was somewhere on the right. There you go, on the right. And what do they say now, the number? Below 120 Fahrenheit on the right side. That looks good. So the left starter can go on. So we're just going to repeat the process here. Left starter goes on. Left engine starting to run off. So once the NG reaches 15%, there you go. We can introduce the fuel. And it's reached 52%, so we can, I believe, turn off ignition as well. Starter can go off and generator can go on. Alright, sir, so we got that as well. So let's continue the checklist now. Battery temperature, let's check that as well. It will say it here in a bit. Oh, so I believe below 140 battery temperature. So let's have a look at that. That is definitely below 140, but this is still actually still working. Right, so the engines have started. After startup, we got after starting lights as required. Just turn on the nav lights for now. Taxi lights, well, let's just wait a little bit. So the weather radar off and standby, I believe that is already the case. There you go. Avionics, we can now turn on the avionics. I believe they were, where are the avionics? And the inverter can go to main. Inverter fail annunciator should be extinguished. Oh, it's getting a little bit laggy. I guess so far so good. Cabin temp in mode is desired, so we're going to skip this for now. Parking brake release, brakes checked. So before we start taxiing, basically what they're saying, do a little check. So we release the parking brakes. We move a little bit, then we brake. And what is also good practice, see if you can actually steer the aircraft left and right when you're on the ground, and we can do that as well. So parking brake has been engaged, and the engines go to idle. Now I would like some lights here on the inside as well, so panel lights can go on. It is rather dark, we can maybe also turn on this little light here, so we can see what we're looking at. Okay, so now for the flight plan, let's have a look. Our altitude is flight level 220. So just going to shoot up at 220. Hey, what's that? That's Carolina. Safe flight, my pilot. Hey, I love you, Carolina. I love you. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's nice to see your concern. It is noted and it is appreciated and it is loved. You know what I mean. Right, so 22,000 feet has been set as well. So we got altitude for the autopilot. Now one thing we should definitely do, we go to the flight plan, and in this case we're lucky, we can just import it from the same brief website. Oh, look, I love you too, my pilot. I mean, you know, it's just beautiful. It's just, I'm going to play guitar. You know, I mean, what can you do? When a beautiful lady loves you, you know, you got to go. There we go, that's for you, Carolina, because I love you. Alright man, let's get back into character here. So import from SimBrief, so we're now importing the flight. That is so cute. Alright, so get data from SimBrief, analyzing import file please await. So alrighty, so we're just going to wait then. Usually this takes like, I don't know, maybe like 3 hours or something, so you know. Here we go, loading flight plan from Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot to Echo Hotel Echo Hotel. Yes please. There we go. Okay, so we got the departure route and everything, so it's looking all nice. Let's just switch the flight plan here on the lower one, and let's have some situational awareness here on top with the GPS. Now the departure runway will be, let's have a look, runway 25 left. So let's have a look here. And let's see where we are. 25 left, so that's right there. So basically you park, we drive, let's see, that's General Aviation Apron, so we go via Yankee 7, and we turn right on Sierra. We just continue on Sierra, or maybe we take Romeo. No, Sierra, Sierra 23, Romeo 11. And you know, we do not need the entire runway, so I guess we could take some intersection here at Romeo 7 or something, right there. Alright, so at least we have some general idea of where we are. Okay, so let's do the checklist here, as I believe we're ready for taxi now. So the rest is just the run-up, which we do once we are at the runway. So let's get this sucker going. What do you say? Let's get the lead of the checklist for now. Let me just double check a couple of things. Little sanity check. So we're going for navigation, and we're going for a little pitch up, and that should be okay. Let's turn on the taxi lights, and let's get the sucker going. Oh my god, this is loud, man. Okay, my apologies for that. Let me turn it down a little bit. Let's see, how do we get out of here? Via the left side there. Oh, shit. Let's just do one little extra check, just to be sure. So yeah, we should definitely go to the left, and then, okay, so I can do that. Do it. Do see there still some yellow annunciator lights right there. So let's have a look at those in a bit. It's always a good idea to not to watch your speed while taxiing. In general, usually there is actually a limit. I believe it's 30 knots or something. But also just to, you know, to keep some awareness, you know, you don't want to go racing, rushing, you know. Basically you're in a sense, you're sort of a flying bomb, you know. You're filled with highly flammable liquids, and combustion chambers, and, you know, all that miserable crap, so it's always good to be a little bit careful. You do not want to rush things, you do not want to run into things. And basically I'm just telling myself, because I do need to stop myself from time to time, because sometimes I get a little bit, what's the word, impatient. Like here, basically it's probably way too high speed for this aircraft. Alright, so I believe we took the first only right. Now on to Sierra, it looks. Okay. look outside. It's a beautiful airplane. Just slow down for 1 second here. Maybe just turn on the auto brake or the parking brake. You know, sometimes you got to stop taxiing and take a little picture to send to your loved ones. Alright, so that is done. You know, sometimes we got to be who we are, you know. Alright. So let's carry on. In the meantime, I believe we can light a cigarette. Well, the weather does look gloomy, man. And as far as I know, the weather in the Netherlands is not much better than it is here in Germany. But you know, we'll see. Usually it's better if pilots have some bad weather, because everybody will be at the tip of their seats, you know. Most accidents, you know, relatively would occur when there's nothing going on and people are on autopilot, you know. But when it's bad weather conditions, all the pilots and all the air traffic control people, you know, they're all just focused, you know, to make sure everything is safe. And there are some real limits, you know. They usually will not fly when, you know, when it is not safe. You know, if you think about it, the pilot after they work, they want to go home too, you know. And, you know, maybe have some nice borscht or something, or, you know, like a vodka. You know what I mean. And what is actually also good is the pilot has the right to decline the current aircraft and to say, no, we're not going to fly with this aircraft, I do not deem it safe, you know. And there's nobody who's going to tell them, no, you have to fly, you know. It's the pilot's last call. It's the pilot's call, basically. So that's, you know, should you have some fear of flying, then, you know, this information might set your mind at ease a little bit, you know what I mean. So we're just going to take this little turn here. On our way to runway 25 left. And then on our way to the city of Eindhoven in the Netherlands. Yes, I think we do not have to taxi all the way to the other end of the runway, because this aircraft really does not require very long. Let's stop right here for a second. Parking brake, and let's have a look at the chart, where we are. We should definitely go to Romeo 7 right there, at least. Okay, so we're carrying on. And then we'll also have a look at the annunciator lights there. Left by to heat off, so yeah, they were not in the checklist, or I did not see them. But this sort of makes sense, especially with this weather. By to the left, by to the right. And oops, look, we're already straying from the center line here. Let's carry on a little bit further. Alright, so I believe we can take the next intersection to the left. That should be plenty of runway for this aircraft. The Turbine Duke. So far, I'm quite liking the aircraft. But I must say, I have not flown it very often. I've acquired a lot of new aircraft lately, so probably I should stop getting new aircraft and start flying the aircraft that I have. Okay, so there's the intersection coming up. So let's go engines to idle. Hopefully we do not have to brake that much, because we will be taking a left turn. By the way, I'm using Frankfurt airport livery, or not livery, I should say scenery, downloaded for free on the flightsim.to website. And the same goes for the Eindhoven airport as well. So they were developed to look a bit more like the original thing. Alright, so let's get our nose somewhat into the wind. I believe there's probably an infraction here, but okay. Alright, so let's just do it like this. Where's the checklist? And let's check the run-up now. So parking brake has been set. Annunciators test and consider. So that's an interesting one. Left oil door closed and right oil door closed. And the right ice and left ice, they are off. Let's see. So I believe we open the oil doors there. Now the left ice, they are, I think that is actually okay. So we're just going to leave that. Remote compass left in the line. Now 30, 31, 315. That looks okay. Fuel selectors go to crossfeed. Yeah, how does this work? Like this, they're in crossfeed now. Wing pumps can go on. And power levers 2050 RPM. Let's see if I'm understanding this correctly. Okay, I'm just going to skip this, I do not have the patience. So power levers, blah blah blah, exercise left propeller, sure, fire detector test. Let's just take off. So before takeoff, all temperatures 100 Fahrenheit minimum. Engine oil. Okay. Let's check it. Let's put the engine back on idle. Battery temperature below 120 Fahrenheit. Let's check as well. Air conditioning is off. Lighting as desired, so we're going to turn on the landing lights left, landing lights to the right. Transponder into off mode. Not really sure, let's see. Let's go 3121. Why still not more? They're just gonna go for on. And now the Garmin GTX 330S is starting up as well. And the weather radar should be turned on. That is already on. Now let's see, enter 3121, there you go. Take off, power levers 1260. What the hell? Brakes release, engine instruments check, ITT less than 805 Celsius. Landing get up to 0 and positive rate, flaps detected 120 knots. We do not have flaps for takeoff. Engage autopilot. We could maybe set the cabin altitude to flight level 220. Like there, 220, we have the altitude set there as well. And then landing lights off, max continuous power, let's see, ignition, auto off, oil doors open, propellers. I think we're good, let's go wing it. So one final thing before we go onto the runway, we turn on the strobe and nav lights, there you go. I believe that's it. Parking brake released. Let's acknowledge these warning lights. Let's have a look outside. There's a big aircraft taking off right there. I guess I'm surprised. But you know, sometimes I change my settings. But who keeps track, man? I don't know. Let's actually not follow the yellow line there, but just here, Romeo 7. Alright, so here we are. So let's do this, man. Alright, let's see what this baby can do. The aircraft is definitely leaning to the left. Alright, take off. Positive rate, gear up. And let's engage the autopilot. It doesn't work, that is correct because we do need the pitch trim right there. Autopilot is on. 1200 feet. My apologies. Beautiful. Let's power down a little bit. Look at the weather, man. Did we not turn on? Oh, we turned on the landing lights. Yeah, there you go. The text lights can be turned off. We'll leave the landing lights on for a bit. See, I think I'm going to turn on some de-icing here because there's a lot of clouds around us, so things will get cold really quickly. Well, let's look at the, let's have a look at the map. That is one cluttered map, man. The airspaces, intersections, NDPs, VORs. Let's turn a whole bunch of things off. That looks a lot more viewable. Right, so it looks like we're on our way. That's one bit of good news. The pilot's on, we're on altitude hold. So we're now climbing at 3,000 feet per minute. So what's our speed doing? It is a little below, up beyond the blue line. So I guess we could probably go nose down a little bit. And I guess let's get the okay. Not sure that's doing anything. Oh, maybe it's responding a little bit slowly. Just keep it in for a bit. Okay, we just use the pitch wheel right there, and that's what's working. Look at it. Okay, we're climbing at 1800 feet per minute or something. 1800, 1900. We're at 10,000 feet, so we can turn off the landing lights. What's the engine doing? I believe we can probably do it a little less power. And can we see? I guess this is okay for now. And there you go, blue skies. The turbine do. It's definitely a nice little aircraft. There's also the piston duke. I have that as well, but it's a little harder to start. Usually I've been flying this one, but then again I've been flying this one very much idle. Alright, so we're still climbing 13,000 feet. We are at 299.2, that's okay at this altitude, so that's good. So for now we just get to our cruising altitude and we cruise. So let's see what is behind us. Spacious looking 4-seater configuration. I believe the tables will probably work, look at that. That's always cute. Oh yeah, these also work. I like how these move. Look at it. Donkey, 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 donkey. There you go. Alright. So let's get back into the pilot seat there. Let's turn off this little overhead light here. Our speed is getting a little bit low, so let's go for a little more shallow climb. And maybe a little more power. A little more power never hurt nobody. And you can see now the speed is increasing ever so slightly, but it's increasing, so at least it's not standing still, and even better, it's not going down. That's the last thing you want while climbing, you know what I mean. So we are then climbing. Yeah, so recently I purchased the TFTI MD-11, the Boeing 777-300ER, and these are also really cool aircraft. I bought the Learjet 35 Alpha, which is also pretty cool. You know, they all get their own characteristics, you know. One thing will do one thing, and the other aircraft will do the other thing, you know. But all in all, they're good designs, really steady development. It's amazing. Right, so I do see a little master warning here. Cabin differential. Oh yeah, so that's the, just have a look at this. We're now at 19,000 feet. Let's just have a little experiment. Windshield heat is on, prop heat is on, right oil door is open. We're still on altitude climb. We're still following navigation. And the power we just control ourselves. And as you can see, we're not going super fast yet. We're slightly below the, behind the blue line there. But we should be about to level off at 22,000 feet. Or rather, flight level 220. Now, this aircraft does not have a vertical navigation. There you go, we're 1,000 feet from this is the altitude alert from 22,000. Let's have a look here, 22,000. So our next altitude constraint, looking here at the flight plan, GOPAS at 22,000. Where is GOPAS? Gas flow should be 22,000 as well. And then, oh no, but it doesn't say. Okay. So we can have a look at that, see what we can expect. Let's first have a look now. We're at 22,000 feet, so the altitude, the speed is definitely increasing now. Let's put the cabin pressure to 22,000. Basically, it was already there, so I'm not really sure why the cabin differential warning is there. But, you know, I'll take it. So we're on our way to MAKIK. .6 nautical miles ahead. Have a little look outside. So yeah, from above it's pretty nice. Let's go a little bit easy on the engines and easy on the fuel. And also easy on our speed. I mean, that sounds like an aircraft cruising. You know what I mean. Nice and easy, slowly going forward. Okay, so let's have a look then at the arrival, because, you know, it's not a very long flight. You can see in the background the aircraft is turning, so we are now on our way to MAKIK, or what is actually happening. Let's see. We're in heading mode for some reason. Oh, let's try Control N again. And there you go, it goes back to navig. That's interesting to know. That is very interesting to know. And let me explain to you. Control N, and it shows the Navigraph charts. But let's quickly go back to navigation. Not heading. Oh, wait a minute, let's stand by here. This is just so annoying, man. Okay, we're going back to heading. It's sort of in heading, okay. Yeah, so that's quite annoying. So let me explain. Navigraph, which you can see right here, they have a little keyboard shortcut, Control N, and it will pull up the Navigraph app or plugin. If you click it away with the X there, and then you open it again, you will have to sort of reinitialize sometimes. And in order to get around that, well, you could obviously click there on the minus sign, you know, and then, but then you still have this bar here, which looks pretty ugly. Okay, so just stand by 1 second. So, MAKIK. See what's it? Okay, it's going to Rudolph. That's good. So, let's have a look. It's still heading and navigation. So basically, the aircraft. So the Control N key combination, and this is the first time I'm actually noticing it. It not only toggles this on and off, but it also switches between heading mode and navigational mode for the autopilot. And obviously that is not what we want. So it is now on an intercept heading. It wants to intercept the magenta line there. Once it is doing that, the HDG here heading will turn off, and all that will be remaining of these two is nav, NAV. So you can see how easily it is to all of a sudden we are going north, you know, whereas actually we should have been going to the west. So that is an interesting thing. So let's also help the aircraft here in case it does not figure it out on its own. Whoops. Come on, man. There we go, it's in nav mode now. So it's a bit of useless stuff, but you know, the keyboard shortcut is nice, but it does come at a price. Obviously, you can go into the option setting and turn off the Control N shortcut in the game, which basically I'm going to do right now because I never use it anyway. So let's see, controls options and search by input. So if I click search by input, let's maybe first select keyboard and then search by input, no, and just do Control N. It will recognize the nav1 swap, and then we can maybe just clear current input, validate, and we do the same for the autopilot. Nav1 hold, clear current input, validate, there you go, and apply and save, and we go back and resume. Let's do a little experiment. If I press Control N now, nav should remain there, but we should see the navigraph bar. Oh, that's the wrong button. What the hell did I do now? Control B. Oh my god, man. Oh, for fucking out loud. Alright, so cockpit, there you go. So control, let's get rid of this sucker here. So control and... Okay, let's get rid of that sucker there too. Let's get rid of this once and for all. Search by input. Control N. Oh, it just says control now. Control plus N. New document. No, no new document. Clear current input. Validate. And it's gone. Apply and save. Go back. And resume. Alright. I believe sometimes it's probably not. Let's just press N. Yeah, there you go, that's the problem. So sometimes it's not detecting the control at the same time, but this seems to work. Okay, cool. So we're still in nav mode, and we look to be following some line there. This, however, I must say is new, but probably my computer. Alright, so we're flying. We are, where are we? We're right there. And I believe that's probably our top of descent right there. But let's just have a look at the charts. We have the LNO for Echo arrival. And this requires us the following. Once we reach Lima November Oscar, Olno. Let's have a look. Is there any altitude constraint? I do not believe I see an altitude constraint actually. Iduma, SOBRA, EHEH, the initial approach fix for runway 21. So I'm not really sure here. That's a very interesting chart. So the Ono VOR to Iduma to Oskos to SOBRA to EHEH. But it does not look like it's stating any vertical constraints. So I say screw that. Let's get rid of it. So we'll just start our descent at our own discretion whenever we feel it's okay. Commonly, no, not commonly, let's just have a look outside. There we are. So I believe it might be time for a little bit of live in-flight entertainment. How's the sound inside? Probably a little better. that's enough for the in-flight entertainment at this moment. Look outside, and we got a little bit more to go, and we're not going to start descending just yet. So while I will run to the little boy's office, I will be right back. So I'll put the camera in external view, and I will be back within 2 shakes of 1 lamb's tail. And don't nobody go nowhere. Okay, so I'm back. The sounds are so cool. You can turn around it will sound different. I don't know, I like it. Alright, so we're about to take a right turn, well, in about, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes or whatever, what will it be? And we should at some stage obviously start considering our descent. Duma, Osco, SOBRA, and then Echo Hotel. Let's maybe also have a look at the final approach chart. So this is actually quite funny. That it is now all of a sudden involving this. Really never ever happened to me that it's opening the navlog. I shit you not. Alright, anyway, we are here now. I believe looking at this, top of descent is probably Lima November Oscar, we all know. I guess we could probably take that as some sort of guideline. So let's have a look at the final approach chart for runway 21. First C, we got Isla Zulu, runway 21. Airport elevation 74 feet, the runway is at 67 feet. Decision altitude 267 or 200. Final approach course is 213, and we got 109 or 109.75. So maybe let's dial this ship in. Or actually, I think what we can do is let's have a look. Go to flight plan. Go down. Thank you. Echo Hotel, and load procedure. So we got the arrival, we do not have the approach yet, so let's enter the approach. That will be ILS 21 Zulu. Now for the transition, let's try Delta 285 kilo. We go probably via here. What's the other option? 265 MAKIK. Yeah, okay. More vectors. Let's just do Delta 285 kilo. I'm okay with that. So load approach. So the approach has now been loaded in. We go back to the map here. So I think we can see now. It's taking us over the Eindhoven, and then we're following. Yeah, that looks fine. That looks fine. I'm happy with that. Okay. All right. So we do not have to descend just yet. At the same time, I'm relatively new to flying this aircraft, so you know, a little early descent could probably not hurt. So we got 109.75. That's already laid in there, and let's. For the final approach, track heading of 213 degrees. Should be 215, 14, 213, something like that. Should be okay. And maybe we can also use this little needle here as well. This is basically me just winging it. Something like that should be okay. So we got those things, and I believe there's also the option for the decision altitude, but I'm not quite sure in this aircraft. The radar altitude, decision height, there you go. So let's see, the decision height was 200 feet. This is at 2,000, 100. 500, so it's right there on the edge. And just a way to test it maybe. No, alright, so we just use it as it is. No problems there. Yeah, so at some stage we should start our descent then. We're now on our way from BITBU to MAKIK. Then GOPAS, still 22,000 feet. Then there's an airway to Gidzenko, still 22,000 feet. And then Lima, November, Oscar. Alright. So I believe after this, when we land in Eindhoven, probably it's time for dinner. And it might be interesting to see what would happen if we were to expedite our journey a little bit. We're still on autopilot, we're still following navigation, and we're still holding at 22,000 flight number 220 rather. We are on 2992 or 1013 QNH, which is the standard QNH. Let's have a look at Eindhoven. What is the transition altitude? 3000 feet. So at 3000 feet we should switch. So basically we go down to flight level 3-1 and then we transition to altitude, which is actually in feet. So we will fly to the 285, which is right here, Delta 285 kilo. The initial approach fix, and this will take us around the airport and then onto the glide slope. The glide slope will start at 2000 feet, so that's an interesting point to note as well. And it will be 6.7 DME from the Echo Hotel Victor, which is the ILS. What can I say? This is all too easy. Navlog. Right, so we're taking a turn, we're flying north now. We're on our way to Gaslow, 4.4 nautical miles. Then next up is Ono, and from there we should start our descent. And we could maybe start our descent from Gaslow then, because at Gaslow we should be at 22,000. But you see here Elno, which is after that, so let's go one up. I believe we can start descending to, I don't know, let's go for 8,000 feet or something. Let's just start by dialing it in, we do not have to engage anything yet. You know what, let's go for 6,000. Nice and safe. So 6,000 feet. We are almost at Gaslow, 0.7 nautical mile. And then we're now overflying Gaslow on our way to Elno. So now let's, for the descent, let's push back, pull back the prop RPM and the power as well. We start descending, and we select, where is it? Altitude. Let's see what's doing. Not doing anything yet. Maybe this just reset it itself, so let's just do this again. Oh, it doesn't look like it. Wait a minute. There you go, it's going, okay. So 1,000 feet per minute is fine. We are descending from 22 to 6,000, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're descending about 16,000 feet, so that's 16 minutes. Let's watch our speed, that's okay. Or maybe we could descend a little more aggressively, or let's zoom out here. I guess we're actually okay. Let's just keep it like this for now. Let's try and keep an eye on it. So in terms of the landing, we have set up the ILS. We have the ILS frequency right here. Here you go, 109.75. We could maybe actually swap them around. It's not picking up yet, so, but that's fine. At this distance, it's perfectly normal. We are descending very slowly. We have dialed in the runway track heading of 213. Let's just double check 21543. We did the same here with the yellow needle. have a little button here that says GPS. If we click this, it will go to vlog. You can see right here, the vlog, which is what you would use for the ILS final approach. So we're not pressing this right now. Our speed is okay. It's definitely not increasing, which is okay for a nose down attitude, you know. Very easy to start increasing your speed, obviously. And let's see, we are 21 nautical miles from Ono. Well, I guess we just keep on going like this for now. We can always expedite a little bit later. Not too late, obviously, that, you know, 2 was always 2, you know. So, let's have a look at the weather. The latest weather information for Eindhoven Airport. You select it right here, and we go to waypoint info. And there should be weather data. So what's this telling us? Let's just get up close and personal here. I always like to see it really clearly. So the altimeter is 1018. Okay, forget that. 1018. Wind conditions 300 at 7 knots. Wait a minute. Can we scroll through it like this? Oh, that's nice. So 300 at 7 knots, and we'll be landing at 210, so we'll have a sort of a crosswind from the right. Not too crazy, but definitely some noticeable crosswind, but it's only 7 knots, it's also not too much. Visibility 10 kilometers, and temperature 20 degrees centigrade. And we got broken layers at 3,700 feet. So, broken at 3,700. 2.16, QNH was 018. So that looks doable. No, let's go back to the flight plan actually. On our way to Olno. 14.0 nautical miles. Our altitude now is 17,600. There's some clouds coming up. Not quite yet, but we will definitely hit them. But we are well equipped. We got the windshield heating on. We got left and right drop heat on, and obviously we got the Python left and right. I guess that should be okay. Let's have a look maybe at the descent checklist, see what they say there. Maybe it can help us focus our attention a little bit. Transitional altitude, cruise, descent. We'll set destination altitude. So let's do it right now, 1018. 1018. 8. There you go. Okay. Ignition. Wait a minute. Ignition auto off. Let's have a look here. What are they saying? Ignition auto off. What the hell does that mean, man? Gonna put it on auto. Seems like a safe thing to do. When descending and landing. Oil doors should be closed. Close them. Ice deflectors as required. Power levers reduce. We did that. Engine performance. We're monitoring that. Ice protection as required as well. Then for the approach, seats and seat belts should be secured. Cabin altitude, differential, and climb. Also, maybe let's have a look. Little warning actually of the cabin differential is gone. Now at 15,900 feet. I guess let's just see what happens if we just put it on sea level, which is basically where the Eindhoven airport is. If we go SL, sea level. Do not get any warning yet. Windshield tilting, wait a minute, fuel selectors to on. I guess actually I can go to on now as well. We probably could have done that earlier as well. We did not. We skipped some checklists there. Fuel imbalance 25 gallon maximum. And fuel is spot on. Peacock light should go on. It's still on, I believe. Vital heat on if outside air temperature is less than 4 degrees centigrade. So the vital heat can go off when we're on approach. Windshield heat should go off, propeller heat should go off, cabin temperature mode is still off. Ignition should go to auto, that's what you already did actually. Ice deflector is required, flaps for the approach. Alright, nothing too crazy, I think we got this. We're currently 14,500 feet and we are 1.9 nautical miles from November Oscar. Are we still on navigation? Yes sir, we are. There's a massive caution. What is it telling us? That the left and the right oil doors are closed. That's good, so we can just acknowledge that and just move on. We're still descending. Taking a little right turn now on our way to Eindhoven. I believe we might still be on some sort of decent descent profile. However, let's expedite a little. Nose down a little bit more. There goes to 1500, 1600 almost. Let's go to 2000 feet descent rate. That's a little over. Now, well, we're around 2,000 feet descending. Look outside what that looks like. You know, not too bad, but just keep monitoring the speed. It's definitely picking up a little bit. But it's not going crazy yet, so for now we're good. We're basically expediting descent. Yes. So, no, I think we're good. Let's keep descending a little bit for now. Ice deflect. What did they say about the ice deflect? Ice deflectors as required. Okay, so that's fine. Alright, let's keep it there. Yeah, you can see the total flight time that I have in this aircraft. Yeah, it does look like 5.8 hours. Alright. Oh, there's the cloud layer coming closer and closer. So there's the cloud layer coming. Our speed has definitely picked up. Almost at 190. We're at 9,500 feet. So let's turn on the landing lights. think it's a pretty decent profile that we're flying right now. Let's keep on descending for a little bit. That's it, that's the way to abuse a guitar. Alright. So we are now at 6,000 feet. So the engine, so the speed's definitely dropping now because we're at low speed, low engine power. Let's keep descending. Let's go to 4,000 feet. And switch back to altitude. But now we do not descend as aggressively. Oh, it's going up. No. Go down. It should go down, man. Come on. Go down. You got this. Go down. Really? What are you doing? Oh, come on, man. Go down. Let's just go a little more extreme then. There you go. As long as it's going down. That's what we want. Around 1,000 feet per minute. It's perfect. That's perfect. Our speed was getting, not dangerous, but getting low. This is fine. Let's look outside. Looks like we're not on fire. So that's also always good. Still got 100, what is it, 112 gallons. Don't know how much it is, but we have plenty of fuel. Speed picking up. We are descending a little slower now, but it's still okay. The glide slope starts at 2,000 feet. .2 nautical miles from Eindhoven, and Oscos, top 3, and then we take a left turn. Let's see what 5,000 now. 70. Position, just checking here, engine trend monitor. We got the time there, that's pretty sweet. Alright, alright. So descending 4,500 feet now, speed's fine. And we are 2.3 nautical miles from Eindhoven. Well, for now I guess we're good. So there were clouds at 3,700. That looks to be applicable for our current location as well, I guess. See, is the ILS picking up? Not yet, 109.75, but it's not picking up any signal just yet. The moment it does, you will see the runway identifier below the letters here, or the numbers actually I should say. You should probably see Echo Hotel Victor EHV for the ILS identifier for the runway 21. Or at least actually the ILS, because I believe it's also Echo Hotel Victor for the other direction, 03. Speed's okay. We're now holding at 4,000 feet, so let's go full prop here for a bit. Let's see what our speed's doing. Our speed is definitely not shooting up or anything, which is a good thing. But it's also not going down. It does not appear to do so in any case. So that's okay. So it looks like we're pretty stable. So I guess once we start our... let's just zoom in here before I explain what I'm about to tell you. So this I'm showing you now, we're on our way to this waypoint in a bit, and from here we will go to Delta 285 Kilo, and we'll start our, this is our additional approach fix, and we'll start doing the curve here, and then straight onto the runway track. Now the glide slope is at 2,000 feet, which starts right there. So I believe once we reach Delta 285 Kilo, we should go to 2,000 feet. Maybe in the meantime we can go to 3,000, but judging from how this is going, we probably do not need to do it just yet anyway. We do still have some miles to go. If we look here, we are now on our way to SOBRA, 3.6 plus 23, so that's 26.4, 27, 28.1 or 29, let's see, 29, so 40 nautical miles, 40 nautical miles to go. Speed still holding relatively steady. It's only now actually beginning to speed up now that we're zooming in. But this speed's still controllable, so we're going to just for now just leave that. Let's see if the weather radar, I do not believe it actually works. In some aircraft it sort of does, in some aircraft it sort of doesn't. I don't know. Forget about it. Do they have any other options? Less engine conditions. Oh, that's interesting. Repair the engines, refill oxygen. That's pretty cool. There's no active failures. Oh, whatever. You know what? Let's just turn it off altogether. Alright, so SOBRA 0.1 nautical mile, and now we are on our way to EHEH. We're definitely getting closer now. on navigation. Nav mode, we're holding altitude, and autopilot is still on. And we can also see it displayed here. Autopilot is on navigation mode, and on altitude hold. And that's precisely what we want at the moment. So that's good news. I have no clue as to the approach speed and anything for this aircraft, but you know, let's just not drop out of the sky, and I guess we'll be good. We do see something here, 20.4 nautical miles, so I believe, there you go, ILS, light slope, runway 21. So runway 21 is definitely picked up. The ILS, so it does actually provide a runway identifier, so it's not 03 or 21, it is actually a runway 21. That's also good news. So that's live, and we can see the display here as well. We're at 19.3 nautical miles. That is basically not track miles. Track miles, let me explain to you what I mean. You do not know. Track miles is basically the entire distance we need to fly if we follow the routing that we have planned. What this little box, 18.3, 18.2, going down, what this box is displaying is, here is your aircraft, there's the runway, or there's the ILS beacon. How far are you from it? So this will go down to 0 here once we overfly it, basically. So that's it. We could vector ourselves maybe to, but I'm not going to do that. So anyway, but that's it. So you know that. So let's have a look. Zoom out. For 16.8 nautical miles. Our speed is still okay. So I will be right back. Okay, so here we are again. So what are we looking at? Let's have a look. 11.6 nautical miles from basically from the airport. That's sort of the same as what it's right there. So that's all within expectations. So what's our speed doing? Speed is fine. So let's go to 3,000 feet, not 2,000, 3,000 feet. And we select altitude. If it does anything, it does not. So it looks like it's resetting every time it goes to altitude hold, which actually is a nice thing. So nose down a little bit, and there you go, there it starts. Does not go too fast. It's going about 400 feet per minute. fluctuating a little bit, but you know, it's moving through air, so that's normal. I guess this is okay. We're just descending really slowly. Let's get rid of the altitude alert there. So it's holding attitude and still following navigation, and the autopilot's still on. That's precisely what we want. So for now we are okay. We are now 9 nautical miles from the airport. Let's just sit up a little bit higher and see if we can maybe have a visual. There's a lot of sun. It's a bit hard to see. Alright, no worries. We should be able to do it without seeing anything anyway, so. On our way to 3,000 feet, 3,700, 3,600. So we're descending really slowly. Our speed is not impacted by this at all. We're still on GPS mode. The moment we get around this curve right here, we should switch this button to V-lock, which you can see right here. And there's a chance the aircraft will do it on its own, itself. But we'll see that in a bit. For now, we're just going to fly the entire route. So 3,400, a little bit early, but I mean, look around you. This is all just flat, and that's typically the Netherlands. The Netherlands, I do not believe they have anything higher than 20 centimeters. So, you know, I guess that's why they're called the Netherlands, you know. Feet. Our speed was hardly impacted by this at all. We could maybe set the heading indicator or the heading bug to the runway track heading as well. So we're now holding 3,000 feet, altitude mode, no longer attitude but altitude, and we can double check here as well. Pretty cool visual. Looks like there's some lake or something, and the sort of setting sun is illuminating it. I like it. What's it look like from the outside? Quite similar. Okay, so we are at the airport now. 2.1 nautical miles, 2.2 here on the ILS. Let's look externally. So this should be the city of Eindhoven, but it looks dark and murky. And I must say I do not see a runway. Maybe there's some bunny lights? That's all. I don't know. Well, let's not get too caught up in this. Or maybe let's have a look. Airport should be to the left. There you go, there's the airport. Have a look outside the window. So that is going to be our airport. Very good. Alright. And we are now on our way to the initial approach fix to a Delta 285 kilo. So we're going to fly a big arch around the runway. And I guess once we reach Delta 285 kilo, we should then start our descent to 2000 feet. And everything should be picture perfect if you ask me. Looks like that's the airport there. So yeah, I've been wanting to stream for a couple of days. Been I don't know, a week or 8 or 9 days. And this was kind of a spontaneous impulse. That's usually what I do. Hey, look, airspeed limitations. Let's have a look at this for a second. What does this say? Recommended approach speed, 100 knots indicated airspeed. Recommended approach. Recommended approach. So why is there 2? Alright, so 100 to 98 knots indicated airspeed. Gear extension. Gear may be extended at 174 knots indicated airspeed. We're well below that, and so we could basically drop our gear now, but we're not going to do that because it's going to cause a lot of drag, and that drag will slow us down significantly. And the flaps, basically the same approach, or rather I should say max flap extension speed on approach 174 knots indicated airspeed, and for the full flaps 140 knots indicated airspeed. So it looks like we are well within those limits now. We're actually at 140 and a little bit below. On our way to Delta 285 kilo, 3.0 nautical miles distance. We are still on autopilot, navigation and maintaining altitude at 3000 feet. Let's dial in 2000 for now. We do not have to engage just yet. And let's see, the taxi lights for now are okay, we can just leave them. Let's quickly have a look at the approach charting, the approach checklist again. So seatbelt secure, sure man. Cabin altitude, differential and climb, check progress. I'm guessing it's okay. Fuel imbalance should be maximum of 25 gallons. There is no imbalance whatsoever. Recog lights should be on. They are on. Pitot heat on. If air. Okay, so the pitot heat can be turned off. Let's have a look outside. There's no significant clouds. We are on our way now. We have arrived at Delta 285 kilo. So let's start our descent. To 2000 feet. There we go. 1000 feet per minute, 900 feet per minute, which is perfectly fine. Okay, windshield heat should be turned off, and that was on, so we can turn that off. Propeller heat should be turned off as well. That's already off. Cabin temperature and mode is off. Ignition to auto, I believe we did that already. Check. Ice deflectors as required, they are okay. Flaps approach, and that's it. And then landing, cabin differential 0. Let's have a look. We already put it on sea level, so that's okay. That's 0 for our conditions. Propellers to 2190 RPM. That's basically, yeah, we're on that. It's basically the landing checklist. Oil doors should be open. I'm going to open them now. Well, even though we're not landing, we're still on approach. Oil doors open, check. Flaps as required, landing is down on lock. Landing lights, they are already on autopilot disconnect, press once. Okay, now that's enough for now. So we are at 2,400 feet. So this is all perfectly fine. Our speed is okay. Our speed will drop significantly once we deploy the flaps and the landing gear. Things will just start to slow down, and we're going to slow down till we see the red needle there. We're a little bit above is my preference really, so 100 or 98 knots indicated airspeed. Let's see, temperature is 20. Let's see what this does. I'm not sure I want to bother. That's okay, below this is fine. I'll just leave it as it is. Let's have a little look outside. So that's the city of Eindhoven. It does not really look like a city. Looks like there's some suburb here or something. Look, I do like the sunshine you can see here on the left bit of the panel. And that's Microsoft Flight Simulator for you. They really did a nice job. I really like it. Alright, so let's stay focused here. You are still on GPS. We're on altitude hold at 2,000 feet, which is our glide slope capture altitude. We are at local QNH. We could maybe really quickly see if there's an update in the weather. Oh, that's the wrong one. Cancel. Back. Oh, come on, man. Okay, weather data. Wind conditions 3005 knots, so no longer 7 but 5 knots. The same wind direction, it's 19 degrees, 1018, and we are on 1018, so that's all okay. Now let's also really quickly have a look here. Procedure. Activate approach. Now I'm not really sure. Looking at the map, it looks like it's basically already activating the approach, so I don't think we should mess around with it. We're just following the arc here, and this will just take us onto a lateral navigation, which is going to point the nose of the aircraft to the airfield, at which point we will simply either see the GPS switch turn from GPS to VLOC, or we do it ourselves. Once we do it ourselves, we should not forget to press the glide slope button or the approach. That's interesting. Well, we'll see it when we get there. We can always do a visual landing, but I do not even believe we should. We probably don't even have to do that. Okay, so we are now, how far away? 2.6 nautical miles. And then we'll take a right turn. I am going to decrease our speed a little bit. this set here. Yeah, so 140, we can already basically go full flaps. Let's do flap 1. And basically, it doesn't have a lot of flap settings. It is probably approach and down. So, just leave it like this for now. You can see the speed is definitely dropping. Here comes our right turn. So now we should monitor this little button here, changing from GPS to V-lock, or whatever they call it once you press it. And then we should also engage approach. So I could maybe now, let's see, my plan, down, up, Eindhoven, black, low procedure, and activate approach. Then we go back to the map. Nothing really has changed here. We're on 9.3 nautical miles on the runway. We're still on GPS. And we are about, let's have a look, what is it doing? Let's try approach, see what this does. V-lock, there you go. So we switch ourselves to V-lock. And now it's going to find the runway center line. We are to the right of the center line, as you can see, because the center line is to our left, so we are to the right of the center line. So the aircraft should now try and get on the center line, but not sure if it's doing it. Let's also turn on the glide slope, just in any case. It's not doing it. Approach, it's also not doing it. Signaling. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so we're going to do this visually. Autopilot off. And we're doing visual approach now. And we can still make use here of the horizontal situation indicator. We can look at the yellow line. It should start moving to the right. The more we go left, the more that line should go right. And you can also see the ILS, the glide slope, is the yellow triangle right here on the left. And that will start moving down. So if we can sort of try and follow that, that would be awesome. So our distance is 6.0 nautical miles. Go to power down a little bit, not too much. Trimming to keep our nose straight. It says master warning. What is it? Let me quickly check. Left engine ignition, and then probably, well, don't lag on me now. Right engine ignition. Okay. Let me quickly check here. Let's just turn them to on. I don't know. Oh, that doesn't make any difference. I don't know. Let's forget about that. So let's turn on the taxi lights. We're a little bit to the left of the center line now. Taxi lights can go on. Now we go flaps full and our gear goes down. We are 4 nautical miles from the runway. Let's acknowledge the warning there. We use a little bit of trim, and hopefully that going to help us control our final descent. We're going a little slow, so let's add a little bit more power. That does mean that we should trim down. So I still think we could have done an ILS, but something, I don't know, probably I messed up. That's no problem. So we're a little bit above the 100 marker of the speed, but that's okay. We are a little bit high, judging by the yellow triangle that you see right there at the mouse pointer. So let's just stay cool. There's enough runway to deal with, so we will be okay. So after landing, there to the right is the parking positions for the general aviation aircraft. So we are flaps full, our gear is down as well. We have 3 green lights, so that's good. So reduce the speed a little bit. And let's set the sucker down, man. So there's definitely a little bit of wind from the right. But that's no problem. Engines to idle, and let's set her down. Do not go up, please. Set her down nice and easy. Let's touch down. So welcome to the city of Eindhoven in the Netherlands, everybody. So the flaps can go up. See the aircraft is being pulled to the right into the wind, and I think we have our exit right here. Let's acknowledge the warning light there. And let's not stay on the runway, but let's be cautious and get off immediately. Here we go. Yeah, so again, welcome to the city of Eindhoven. Landing lights can go off now. We will leave on the taxi lights, obviously. So that's it. That's the black square turbo Duke. Not turbo Duke. The black square Turbine Duke. Man, this is just too loud. Hang on. We'll not be doing this. Alright. So also this is the scenery downloaded from flightsim.to to make it look like the real deal. And as far as I know, this airport, it actually they did a really nice job. So if you like the Eindhoven airport, do yourself a favor and check it out. Check out this download. And while we're on the subject of downloading liveries or sceneries in this case, make sure you check out the add-ons linker. the program is called add-ons linker, and it will link your add-ons to the community folder, and that is actually pretty cool. That is not pretty cool, that is, the person who created that is a god, really, because basically what you do, I'm just going to turn right here, follow the black line, or blue, because basically what it does, you can just keep your community folder, you can keep it clean. You run the program and you tell the program what you want to put in the community folder. And what it does not really put it in the community folder, it puts some sort of a shortcut in the community folder. But now the community folder thinks that you actually put the entire files in there. And that saves a lot of loading times. You have no idea. It is really truly amazing. I totally love it. Alright, so here we are then. Let's have a look. A beautiful little Duke. Yeah, Turbine Duke. The flaps are up. You can turn off the taxi lights as well. We just lost it. I'm just going to park at some random position, I don't know. I'm good, I'm happy I landed this aircraft in one piece. I guess that's okay. Let's stop right here. Parking brake has been set. Alright, my apologies there. I didn't want to cough in your ears. So that's it. The aircraft is powered down. Well, at least the engines are off. So once again, welcome to Eindhoven Airport. Welcome to the Netherlands. Thank you for flying. Thank you for checking the video. Do not forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications and for free porn. Oh no, that's not free porn. But anyway, thank you so much for checking, everybody. It means a lot. I like it. And I know nobody's watching, man. I mean, come on, let's not get pathetic here. You know what I mean? But it's just fun. You know what I mean? You know. So basically, anybody who is not watching this is missing out on the following. It up. Anyway, there you go. That's what I said. Anybody who's not watching is missing out on this. Alright, man. Thanks so much for checking. And leave a comment if you whatever. And see, my girlfriend's calling. So hang on 1 second. Let's answer it. And let's there you go. So 1 second, and let's stop this right here. Thank you very much for checking. I'm your personal funky scene pilot. See you next time. Bye bye.